Sweet, smooth jazz.
All right, here we are. Hello everybody, welcome. Hopefully you can hear me loud and clear. Let us know in the chat if there's any problems with that. Today,
Carson, I'm not hearing you in the live stream.
You're not hearing me.
Let me see if I'm tripping here.
According to this, my volume is good. We've got an NFT creator here, Aaron Steele. Can you hear us all? I'm going to assume you can. And I'm going to just go ahead and introduce us. So today we're going to be talking about, well, we're going to be finishing up a little thing that we started last time. And so I think that'll be pretty fun. But this time I'm joined by Alan. Alan, say hello.
Hello there.
Excellent.
Hello.
Okay, so we're hearable by everyone. So Alan is gonna be like my, I don't know, he's gonna be sitting there watching, making sure that I'm doing everything correctly, and probably teasing me along the way. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna just kind of take over an example that I started a couple of sessions ago. And so if you remember, because I assume everyone here always follows all of the things we do here, you'll recall from a few weeks back we had workshop number 002, where I kind of I bumbled through getting Svelte working with Tableland, or Tableland working with Svelte. And we got pretty far, but we didn't really do very many Tableland-y things. So I'm going to actually take that same demo. I actually pushed it up to a GitHub repo, and I'm going to take that same demo and we're just going to continue it and do something a lot more cool than basically nothing like we did last time. So here's the repo here. If you can see it on your screen. Alan, this is the one that I'm going to be using. So you can make sure that I'm not cheating by checking the code or something like that probably.
Of course.
So that's it. It's in my personal repo because, well, it wasn't good enough for the official repo, but maybe this at the end of this session it will be. Couple of reminders before we get started though. If you're looking to win that Developer DAO membership, then pay close attention. There'll be subtle, very clever little hints to the answers, and you'll not want to miss out on those. So listen to every single word carefully that we say. Another thing is we're going to go through today a bunch of different APIs that Tableland supports for doing things like querying and updating and even granting and access, maybe revoke access if we have time, to a table. And so we did just kind of recently soft release our Tableland SQL specification. And so it's available. I'll share the link at the end on how to get to it. So that's cool. But anyway, there you can read a little bit about it. It's based on the SQLite SQL language specification. So there'll be some familiarity in there for those folks who are familiar with that. So that's fine. And Alan, even if you can't see what I'm doing in real time, hopefully you can kind of at least hear what I'm talking about.
Yes, I'll just be listening. You're going to have to talk me through it.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Cool.
So those are some announcements, and I'll drop back to this a little bit later once we get going. But let's just dive in because we got lots to do and not a lot of time to do it. So I'm just going to start from super fresh here, and I'm going to clone this repo, which is just where we left off from last time. And so I'm just going to clone it right here on my local machine. If anyone wants to do the same, they're welcome to do so, or you can watch this video later, or you can not do any of this stuff. But I'm going to go in there and, everybody's favorite text editor is Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to use that. And I'll just make it kind of bigger so everybody can see. And I'll open up a terminal here so that we can do some stuff. And hopefully that's going to be big enough to see. Alan, can you see this all right?
If you give me, I can see your command line quite well. It's probably like a 15-second lag at the moment, so it's not great.
Oh, okay, bummer. Well,
yeah, but I feel like I can see it pretty well.
We'll work with what we have. We're newbies to this live streaming thing. Okay, so anyway, we've got this this app here, and we got like to a certain point last time, and we'll just kind of continue on from there. So first thing I need to do is install the stuff. So I'll do that, and while that's running, Alan, I wanna paint you like a mind painting of what we're gonna do here. So last time we started, it was kind of going to be like a to-do app, sort of classic to-do demo app.
Right.
And I want to take that a little bit further this time. And I want to, one, it's going to be a collaborative thing, so you're going to be involved. So that lag might be a problem later, but we'll find out. And then two, I want to kind of tie it back to imagining it's like it's a game. And so when we get there, I'm gonna take a pause, and we're going to talk about like how you might turn something like a set of tasks into either some component of the game, or like you could even gamify that. Like imagine one of those task-based games where you sort of set yourself up some tasks, and then as you complete them you sort of level up or something like that. So I want, when we get there, we'll sort of imagine how that might play out. Anyway, there we go. So we've done npm
Picture
install.
Successfully painted.
Yeah, cool. All right. Now if I say, whoops, if I do this, command save. All right. Now if I run npm run dev, I'll start up the app, and we'll just start like working on it right away. And we're waiting. It should pop up a little live refresh app that we can play with. There we go. All right. So we'll open that. Hopefully nothing goes terribly wrong. Oh, sometimes you have to do... There we go. Okay, cool. So there's our app. And last time we got to the point where I think we could basically like connect to it. Yeah, and that's about it. And I finished off where we just like printed the actual like just JSON of the table. Not very exciting, but you know, something nonetheless. So I'm going to move that over a little bit so it's a bit smaller and out of our way. And I'll get in here and we'll just kind of keep going on building out a few more things. So I think what would be nice is to like display this a little bit more nicely. And then what I'll do is right now you can connect and you can create, that's a terrible icon for that, but you can create a new table, but we'll also want to be able to add things to the table. And so we might as well do that. But I'm also going to change the schema of the table, so we'll end up minting a whole new table to tweak it to match our sort of gamified to-do list type thing a little bit better. So let's do that. First things first, I'm gonna kill this server for a second. I'm gonna install 2 more packages. Just one more, I guess. And this is a package I kind of have used for other things, and we're gonna just use it's JS to-do.txt. To-do.txt is a spec for doing to-do lists in a text file format. Oops, I gotta npm install that. And we're going to use it to parse the to-dos as we create them, but it's just because it's kind of got a handy parser, not particularly important otherwise. But I'll do that, and then I'll start up the server again. And then what we're going to do is let's start by changing the schema of our table. So we're going to do that in the store here that we had from last time. And again, you might want to just check out, this is in my way here, I want this over here. You might want to check out the video from last time so that makes a bit more sense. But we've got a couple of things that we can do with our store, including creating a table and fetching the data for the table. So first things first, I'm going to leave ID here. And I'm going to change it to just like whether or not the task is being completed. And we'll make that an int. The text for the task, which will make a text thing. And then the context and like the project, or it could be like, we could call this something else like, like this would be like the context maybe in the game, you're like leveling up or something like that. And the project might be like the particular adventure or like series of steps that it's part of, or in a to-do list world or like a getting things done kind of scenario, there's context and projects for things you're working on. Anyway, that's the schema we'll use, and so we're going to end up having to mint a new table because our old table's using the old schema. And we probably don't really need to console log this anymore, so I'll get rid of that. Ooh, but one thing I do want to do is let's see, I think I'm going to want to, don't need columns anymore because we're not going to print that, and I want to order it, which is order by, oops, ID. Is that right? Is that the right SQL to order something? I think so, right? Order by ID. Did I lose Alan? Oh, I don't hear him at all. Do you guys hear him?
Sorry. Yeah, I was muted. So order by, and then sometimes you have to do ascending or descending. But again, I can't see your screen at the moment.
I don't really care if it's ascending. I just want it to be consistent. So I think we're good. That's good. Okay, cool. Okay. All right, so we've got that. We're going to fetch it. We're going to create a new table. I think that's good for now. So, and I just like saved that. So if we do that and we connect, testing, going to sign that, and connect please, sign. There we go. Okay, cool. So it's still working, and that's great. So now, and I'm actually displaying something, which is super. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually create a new table for our sort of like demo, because I want to use the new schema. So if I hit create, it's going to mint a new table, and this is going to probably take like a few seconds. And I think last time, if I recall correctly, I had it set up so like when it does finish minting the table, it will actually insert a query parameter here and like update the table that we're working on. So if everything is working correctly, this should end up just being like an empty list here. So there's our table updated. Oops, I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh well, sign that again. Cool, excellent. All right, and we got our new table, nothing's in it. All right, so whilst nothing is in it, let's make it look a little bit prettier. Okay, it looks like we don't need this, so let's just get rid of that. Okay, so first things first, I think I'm gonna want to, what did we do? Yeah, down here. Okay, cool. Right now we're just displaying this like JSON thing, but that's not what we want. So let's update it. For some reason, I think my TypeScripts I'm just going to refresh this.
So it looks like in interview preferences in Ecamm Live, you can go to interview and then select guest view and then select like host camera or broadcast. I don't know if it's selected either right now, but that might be why I can't see anything. It's because that setting's off.
Okay, what do I have to do?
So just Ecamm Live preferences, and you'll see like general, account, stream, video, audio, and then you'll see interview. And on interview, you can look at the bottom, there's guest view.
Oh, cool. Is that better?
Oh, yes, that's much better.
Excellent. Okay, learning. Okay.
All right, wait, hold up. It switched again. It was there for a second, and it was gone again. I don't know if you didn't save it.
Oh, yeah, maybe I have to save it. No, it says it's on broadcast. Broadcast.
Oh, perfect. All right, I see it now. Nice.
Good?
Yes, okay. I can actually see your screen now. Wonderful.
Excellent.
All right,
cool.
people. That's just a little bit of active debugging. You get to watch.
We're learning. We're learning here. Okay. All right. So I'm over here. Right. I want to replace just the JSON string with like something more interesting. So let's just turn this. And so I'm using this framework. What's it called? These Carbon components. Okay, and Carbon components has something here. I'm going to copy and paste this from somewhere else, but it has this like selectable tile, and so we can just make a bunch of. I'll make a bunch of tiles with all of the to-dos in it, and that will look better than nothing. So we'll do that, and okay. So we're going to create a new div. Its role is going to be, you got to do this for this setup. You got to create like a role, and its role is, to be a group of things. And then what I'm going to do is for each of the, like bits of data in my store, I'm going to pull out like its ID, whether it's complete, its man, Sometimes autocomplete is a pain. The project that it is part of, and
you got this.
And its context. Okay. And then and then we have to close this somehow. Whoops. Which is like an each slash or something like that. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, cool. So then we just stick in whatever we want to put each time. And in this case, it's going to be a selectable tile. And if it is selected, or like it will show up as selected if it's complete. That makes sense. And I want to be able to like tab through it, and I happen to know that that is a thing I can do, and that's cool. And then inside of it, I'll put like the text as like a header or something.
Can we do that? Yeah, like header, text, and then project.
And then project, yeah, okay. And for the projects, I don't know if you saw that, but I imported something like it's like a tag. I think that will look cool. Therefore, I'm going to do it. And so inside there, we'll put the project, and then we can just do this. We'll just do the same thing for context. But I think we can like have different styles. Yeah, you can do like a different type of one. And we'll set it to, so does it do autocomplete here, do you think?
Usually not.
Ooh, it does. High contrast, that's what we're gonna do.
Sweet.
Okay. And then this one we'll do type, type is gonna be, what do you think?
Maybe like outline?
Outline, okay. That sounds good. All right. Close off that selectable tile. Otherwise, we're going to be loading. Okay, that's cool. I don't think it's going to do anything because right now we have an empty thing. Oh, and then wait, we want to do one more thing, which is if you click this thing, oops, then I want you to, oh, but we don't have a way, we don't, I'm just going to say, for now, console.log, clicked the thing, right?
You got a
doesn't
problem.
like that.
Is that on supposed to be on click equal?
Yep.
I'm used to React, so.
Excellent.
Yeah.
No, but look, it's working, Ellen. You found the mistake and you
Nice.
told me what to fix. It's working. Okay. All right, so that's cool. It's building down here. So now if I go to my little app and I refresh it and I connect, well, I mean, nothing displays, but that's correct. So super. Okay, so now we need to make a way to like add a task. Yeah, I didn't want any of these things. I don't know why these things came. Okay. So, well, first of all, I'm gonna, if add alt exists, then I would assume add exists. So I'm gonna do that, and we'll use that as an icon. And then we'll also need to make a button so that we can like make a new task. And I'm gonna keep this like real simple. So, well, first of all, let's turn this one into a secondary thing because connecting and stuff we only kind of want to do once. And this will be like, I'm going to rename this to like create table. Let's keep it short. Okay. And then button. Button. Who's got the button?
Do you like big buttons?
Alan, come on.
Oh, you're going with secondary buttons. That's prominent.
Kind, right? And make it a primary button. Ooh, a danger button sounds fun. You know what? I'm just going to copy all that. Why am I doing all this? The best good programmers copy and paste. They don't type things out from scratch, right? That's just crazy. This one I'm going to call add. This one I'm going to do add alt. Oops. Alt. And then what I'm going to do when you click it is, well, we're going to prompt for it. So like const to do is going to be just, we're just going to prompt for it. Prompt. What do you want to do? And the default is going to be walk Lucas the dog, which is my dog's name. And the project is going to be like, I don't know, kindness. No, that's lame. Home stuff. That's way more cool than kindness. No. And it's going to be like, the context is walking. Okay. So we've got a little to do there. And but what I'm going to do is scooch up to the top here, and I'm also going to import that query parser thing that I just installed.
Yeah.
From JS to do. Oops. To do JS to do txt. Yeah, okay, cool. Does it have types? Not sure yet. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to say, oops, I'm going to create the, I don't know, item is going to be, I think it's just like a new to do txt item. Okay, and then here we're gonna have to do like store dot insert, let's say, and we're gonna give it the table ID, which we already have from the thing, and the item. But of course this isn't gonna work because we don't have a store dot insert. So let's go make a store dot insert here in our store, and it should be pretty simple, because it's just like we just have to craft or create an insert statement. Okay, so you're gonna have to help me here, Alan, because I'm gonna totally forget SQL stuff here, but here we go.
Okay.
Async insert. I'm gonna use the table ID, which is a string, same as we have with fetch here, and then we're just gonna insert an item or a task. And for now, I'm just going to put that as anything. And then we're going to just pull apart that thing that we send. So it's going to have text. It's going to have whether it's completed, project, context. They're plural, and this is a.
This is connects. Should that be context?
Yep, it should. Look at this. This is great. Okay, await API, and we're just going to send a query that we're going to insert into the table ID that we want, and then we're going to use these like brackets, and I just want to do these columns because I want to auto increment the ID, right?
Yep.
And then
values.
I think I can just hit return, right? Like with
yeah, you could, because
backtick ones, I can just do it like.
Yep.
Okay, values.
$, brackets.
$, brackets, whether it's complete. And complete is a Boolean, but I want to make it a number because sneak preview in our SQL spec, because it's based on SQLite, and SQLite doesn't have any concept of Booleans, it just uses zeros and ones. We need to convert this to a number because I'm trying to make this app demo a little bit future-proof. So there you go. And I can just keep doing this, right? Like over and over. Text projects. Now projects comes in as a as an array. If you pop something that is empty, it's probably not going to work, right?
Yeah, it won't work.
I could do.
Wait, is projects empty? Did we leave it empty?
Well, it might be empty if. No,
or,
it shouldn't be empty, right?
Yeah. I mean.
Well, I guess it could if I don't put a project, but you know what?
Right.
Error handling be damned.
There we go.
We'll deal with that when we come to it.
We're calling it contexts. Is it contexts or context singular?
Good question.
I guess that can be multiple.
The task, which is comes from this to-do item thing. I don't know if I go here. Does it have its types? No. I was playing around with this the other day, and it has. You can do multiple projects and contexts, but in my thing, I've only just doing one just to keep it simple. So I just want to take the first one that gets passed through. And this is actually like, I mean, I could make a type for it, but in the interest of time, we'll just keep it as any. Okay, so that's that. And then if there's an error, because I want to, there will be an error, I'm going to do this really clever thing where I just literally print the error in an alert pop-up thing. And then once that's done, we do, and we're going to do this all the time just because it means we don't have to like manage state as much. We'll just fetch everything again after.
I think. So why is that going to throw? Because with the pops right now, you're just going to get the text of undefined. I just tested it out in my own console. And so instead of getting an error, throwing an error, it'll just insert the word undefined.
Or we'll do.
You can just or and then just blank. There we go.
Yeah, cool. Perfect. Nice catch. There we go. Error handling for the win. Okay. And then I'll just put that on the next line there. Okay, and then if we do get an error, like just like an API calling error, we'll throw an alert, and then we'll go ahead and we'll fetch this, and I guess that's async, right? So we should await.
You want to add a semicolon at the end of the statement. I don't think it's super duper required in SQL, but sometimes.
Right. Here.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yep, good call. All right, so now that lets us insert a table. I mean, I'm assuming there are 0 bugs, and this will just work perfectly. But while we're here, so assuming we do have a task, and we want to let's add a method here called like set complete or completed set complete.
Nice.
Oops. And again, we'll specify the table ID, the ID of the thing we want to set complete, and then whether it is complete or not, because maybe we'll want to like mark it incomplete for some reason. I don't know. Otherwise, I guess we could just ignore that and just always set it to 1. But anyway, API.query, and here's another query type, everyone. So if you'll recall, I was talking about this Tableland spec. We've got a bunch of different statement types. We've got create table, which we're doing to create the new table, and that's here. Okay, API.create, create table, blah, blah, blah. And read through that if you want. There's a lot of details about what you can and cannot do. Then, I don't think we'll get to delete, we'll see.
Wow,
Then
Carson,
we had
you wrote all
insert.
this?
What was that?
You wrote all this from scratch by yourself?
I did, Alan. Yes, I did.
Yeah, definitely didn't.
No, I didn't. I copied and pasted it from SQLite, a bunch of it anyway. And the cool thing about that is it's all like public domain stuff. But so we do attribute it. But yeah. Anyway, so thank you to the developers of SQLite for helping us with our SQL spec. Anyway, so you can insert blah blah blah. You can update. And eventually we'll get to this. That's what we should do next. Anyway, so now let's do an update. So we're going to update this particular table by setting complete equal to $, and then we put our logic in here. I guess just the boolean complete, right?
Yes.
Oh, but wait, we don't want to. If we do that, Alan, what's wrong with this?
Your mouse. I think we need to set it to. You need to do like a bang bang, the double exclamation point or single exclamation point, really.
Well, I think we'll do that on the client side because I got a plan for that. But the thing that's wrong here is if I do this, it's going to update everything. To be complete, and I don't want that. I only want to do the particular ID that I'm interested in. And then again, I think I'll do catch, and if I get that wrong, we'll just create an alert. And then also we'll do this dot fetch again. Fetch the table. Okay, so now let's go over, oops, not this comma fetch. Yeah, okay. Then we'll go back to this, and yeah, store.insert, we're going to do that. That's great. And then here, I added that method now, right? So we could, what did I call it again? Mark complete or something?
Maybe?
Set complete.
I don't remember.
Store dot set complete. Yep. And we need the table ID. We need the ID that we got from right here, and then here we'll do where it's not complete, or like we'll send the opposite of what we have. Okay. Now let's see if that's working. Refresh. Got our create table. We got our new item button. Kind of getting cut off, but that's okay. So connect, sign. Nothing there. Let's create a new item. What do you want to do?
Lucas.
Walk Lucas the dog. Home stuff, blah, blah. I'm just going to use that one. Okay, here goes. Ha! Look at that.
Nice.
It worked.
It works.
Walk Lucas the dog, walking, home stuff. That looks pretty. And watch this, Alan. Watch this. Are you ready?
I'm ready for it.
Click. Task complete.
Nice.
And what's cool there is that's actually sending us like a SQL command each time to update the table. Probably not the most efficient way to do it, but hey, that's pretty cool. Okay, all right. So now, Alan, I want you to be able to edit this to-do list or this set of tasks with me. So imagine like this is an app where it's like you're trying to gamify accomplishments, right?
Right.
And so I'm gonna make a game where like maybe you actually create some tasks for me, right? And then I go through and I review them. Then we like lock in the set of tasks that we want to complete or that we want me to complete or something.
Right.
This is like one of those apps where it's like kind of accountability apps or whatever. I'm just spitballing here. Sure. But maybe we do this. You and I, we collaborate on this. We select a set of tasks. And then I basically like, I have this table and maybe I like mint an NFT with like each of these tasks as like some attribute or property of that NFT. And so as I complete more and more of the tasks, like, I don't know, like maybe like a progress bar displays differently as my NFT.
I like it.
And then
Like
the cool
literally
thing
not.
here is like, since I'm going to grant you access to this thing, you can be the one to like actually flip the switch and mark it as done.
Nice.
Right. So it's like my friend is my like accountability partner. I think that's something like that. Right.
Yes.
I'm just spitballing here, but this is an app idea, everybody. Okay. So let's make that. So really all we need to do is I'll just add a button here that lets you, like grants you access, because I've minted this table, right? I've minted table Svelte to do demo 836. And so if you tried to, well, shoot, let's do it. Let's try it, Alan.
Right now?
Yeah,
Right
let's
now?
do it.
All
You
right.
try and do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm in this folder, right? I'm going to use, I could just post this to IPFS, but then I couldn't, like if we find a bug or something, I couldn't change it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use ngrok. Ngrok. That basically creates a tunnel to like my running version of this. Oops. Yeah, that's what I want. This one. It creates a tunnel to my running version of this app. But I'm going to pull this off screen for a second because I don't really want everyone to just like tunnel into my machine right now. I'm only going to send it to Alan. But I'm going to run this. So ngrok is going to go on port 8080. Cool. And Alan, I'm going to send you the path. And then I want you to go to this actual table. So you got to do the like query parameter here. Okay. And I'm just going to send this to you in a DM. So here's, oops, just the first. There we go. And then you need to go to, I'm just going to grab this. There. Do you see that, Alan? I've DM'd it to you.
In Discord?
Yeah. Oh, I haven't DM'd it. Sorry, I posted it in probably a public channel.
Just so everybody can just start tunneling and just cool.
There, do you see it?
Oh, here we go. Beautiful.
Okay.
Do you want me to like share my screen?
Oh yeah. Let's do it. Okay, let's do it.
Right.
Hold on. I think I have to do that. So here we go. Alan is, and while you do that, I'm going to secretly do something else that is pretty simple. Okay, so I see that you've got your screen shared here now. So here you go. Okay, everybody should be able to see Alan's screen. This is cool. All right, so there you go. So well, first you got to connect.
Oh, right.
So it's that first button there. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. And it probably pops up a MetaMask thing. Maybe everybody doesn't see that. Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, they don't see it, but
oh wait, I forgot. You're on Windows, aren't you? Oh, it works.
I am on Windows.
Okay,
I'm one
cool.
of those special and wonderful people who rejects the cult of Apple. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, we
I just happen to have Windows.
We discussed not hiring Alan, but because of that Windows machine. Yeah. But we okay, so that's cool.
All right.
You can see it, but now Alan, try and mark it as complete. Aha! Gotcha.
Ah!
Excellent. You don't have access. Okay, that's great. So now what we're going to do, and I bet you even if you tried to, you could create your own table, which don't do that because that'll ruin the demo. You could create your own table and then that would work. But no, we're not going to do that, Alan. What we're going to do is I'm going to add a button. Okay, so I'm just going to copy and paste this one. Oh wait, nobody can see me now. Hold on, I'll swap over. Okay, so remember what Alan is doing here. Now I'm going to go back to my screen. Okay, so I'm back in our app here, and I'm just going to copy this button, and it's also going to be a primary button, I guess, and it's just going to be grant access. Grant access. And I need a new icon for that, obviously. Gotta have a cool icon. And we're going to call it user admin. I think there's a user admin one, I think. Pretty confident of that. Let's find out. This is grant access, user admin. And when we click this, we also want a prompt, but this time it's just going to be, who do you want to add? And I guess I'll default it to nobody.
Why do you want to add? That's more philosophical.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Why?
Or whom do you want to add could be more grammatically.
Okay, oh, and I don't need that. And here I'm going to do grant, but I don't have that yet. Okay, so that's fine. We're going to jump over to the store now. Hopefully everybody's keeping up. I'm getting excited. I'm very excited. I'm going a bit fast. Async grant. Need a comma there. And we're going to take the table ID. I guess I could store that state somewhere, but this seems more explicit. And explicit is always better than implicit, Alan.
All right. I heard it from Carson. Be explicit.
Okay. Oh, wait, what am I trying to do? Oh, grant. Right, so grant is just another query where we're going to, this is where I totally am going to need your help. So we need to say what we want you to be able to do. So we do want you to be able to create a new task, and we want you to be able to update existing tasks. And that's pretty much it. Yep. And we want you to be able to do that on our table. And I'm going to grant it to, and this I had to look this up because it totally tripped me up before. You got to escape the string that gets passed in. Like you got to stick these the escape things because they've got to be double quotes, and then address. And this is in our that little thing is in our docs. Okay, so then if that works, I'm going to do an alert that says alert. Access granted. Access granted. I guess to you. Right? Just do that.
Yep.
Oh no, that's not how alert works. Access granted to address. But if that doesn't work, oops. I'm just going to alert you because maybe I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, and now we don't need to refetch it because we haven't actually mutated the state of the table, just the state of operating on the table. So okay, so now we have that grant there. Now we go over to here, and we've got it. We already did that. We already hooked it up. So it should just be able to grant you access, right? Okay, so
all right.
Refresh, connect, sign this random string. Trust me, we're not doing anything. Now I'm gonna mark this as not complete.
Okay.
Now I'm going to grant you access. Okay, so wait a minute. I forgot to get what's your public key?
Public key. I just sent it to you in the same chat in Discord.
There we go. Alan, if anyone wants to send Alan some funds, there is his public key right there.
I will take it.
Okay, so now I'm going to hit OK. Access granted to blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, Alan, don't do anything yet. Okay, now I'm going to go, oh, this is exciting. Now I'm going to switch over to you. Over to you, Alan. Okay.
All right.
Maybe just refresh the app because it's
refreshing right now.
Okay, cool.
Connect.
Now connect.
And you can't see it, but MetaMask is popping up and
because I'm sharing my whole screen, but you're probably just sharing your little Windows browser thing.
Yeah, just the window.
Okay.
Yep. Cool.
All right. So walk Lucas the dog. Excellent.
It's not complete. Are you going to go walk Lucas right now?
I did this morning. I actually did
Okay.
walk him this morning. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
before
Cool.
this call, and I'll take him for another walk after. So, go ahead. Come on.
It worked.
You can do
All
it
right.
now. You can do it
Wait,
now.
wait.
So you've been granted access. That's super
Now
cool.
I can-
Now you should also be able to
Can I create?
No, that'll create a new table. Don't hit that. Do the other one.
Sorry. Yes.
New item. And make it a
Let's
different
see.
project or a different task or something. So now you could be like, yeah, Carson, I'm going to create some new tasks for you, and then we would like collaborate on this, and then I don't know, we could maybe make it so that once we've decided on our list, we would like lock it down by maybe like revoking access to mutate it from either of us or something like that. I don't know. But the cool thing is, oh, cool, look at that. All right, now let's see. Now, I didn't make a like auto refresh thing, but on my side, if I just now refresh this app and reconnect.
Not that anybody can see your screen.
Oh, it says bathe Lucas the dog. That is so cool.
We can't see your screen though.
Oh, right. Well, you'll just have to trust
You
me.
can see my screen, and it says bathe Lucas the dog.
Yeah. I can show you my screen real quick. Here we go. Ready? Bing. Bathe Lucas the dog.
Nice.
There you go.
Is it done?
Bing. So I mean, we accomplished something here. So we got a few minutes left. Let's continue this imagination painting here.
Imagination station.
So imagine we've got this app, and you and I collaborate on it, and then we decide on these list of tasks. Then what we could do is, like I said, you could literally have an NFT that you like mint, or you launch the NFT, and then you basically tie each task is a token of that NFT. That's one way to do it, where like it's like the NFT is like Carson's tasks, or maybe some games tasks or something. And then the way you would do that is you could, you'd create a new NFT and you'd deploy it, say, and then in the what's the thing called? The base URL for the like display properties of an NFT. What's that called? It's like the default URI or base URI or something like that.
Base URI. I think.
Yeah, the thing you call to get like the metadata for the NFT. Anyway, what you would do is you'd point that at like a Tableland gateway and link it to like each. So this would be token ID 0. This would be token ID 1, so on and so forth. And then you would basically just like as I complete the tasks, maybe you, Alan, the one who's being my overseer, like mints them for me, right? So then by the end of it, I've got like all of the tokens in a series. That would be one way to do it. Another way to do it could be you have one, like a whole app, like it's an app, right? And anyone can sort of like go collaboratively create a table, and then that table, because the table itself is an NFT, you link the table to like a single token of that NFT, and the display of that token NFT changes as you complete more tasks. So you could literally on your like OpenSea like thing, or in your wallet, you literally would display like how much progress you've made. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
Something like that.
I can imagine you just like get a character and like they just get new bling every time you complete a task. It's just like, boom, done. Wicked necklace. Boom, done. Sunglasses.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. And then I don't know, because I use GTD when I can, like getting things done. But like, it's part of me wishes like just like every time I checked something off the list, like some flames shot up or something, to make me feel like, I got that done. But something like this would be a cool way to do that, where
what about like a horn, like a wah wah.
You mean like this?
Nice.
Okay, that was great. Okay, I forgot we had all these sound effects. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I didn't even set that up with Alan ahead of time. That just worked out nicely. So.
Right, it's organic.
Base URI. There you go. That's Dan coming in with the win there. Anyway, we could do a lot more stuff. I think probably the most important thing to finish off here before we close out is that we would probably need to make this like have a dark mode version. It's probably the most important thing.
Obviously.
So, we'll alternate. You can alternate between.
Do you want to share your screen now?
Oh, right. Yep, good point. Here we go. Okay, over here. So we'll start with a white theme or light theme. And of course, I basically picked this like component library because it actually has a theme thing. So we'll paste that in, and then you can just at the top of this thing, we just make a theme, and we bind the theme, to our theme variable, and we're going to persist that so like on refreshes we don't lose it. And I think, I think that's everything. Okay, and then I just need to add another button. So now this is getting a little bit crowded.
How many buttons are you going to add?
Button. Yeah, it's getting a bit crowded. There's too many buttons. Maybe we need to like have a like a drop down thing. Oh, right. Sun and moon. I did this one. I actually played around with this morning, and this is what I came up with. Icons. There we go. So here's the new button down here. And now if I refresh, I got this cool thing. So I'll connect to that, sign that. Cool. I can mark these tasks complete or incomplete. I could make a new table. I can make a new task. I can grant access. I guess I could add a revoke access if I decide not to give you access anymore. And of course, dark theme.
Nice.
Probably the most important feature available. And yeah, I don't know. I think that's pretty good. We can stop there. Basically, I think now what I'll do is I'll push another branch of that. Like I'll like freeze this where it is and push that up, and we could make this into like a demo app for Tableland stuff.
Beautiful.
Couple things to remind everybody of, Alan. One, tables are NFTs, and there are many ways that you can connect a table to another NFT to sort of like build on top. One way is that you literally use the rows of the table as, like we talked about here, as ways to like represent the metadata for a separate token. Another is to use the table as like sort of modifiable state on a given token within an NFT. There are tons of ways to do it. We are about to release some updates to the SDK that I think simplify things a little bit, so everybody should keep an eye out for that. Right now, if you look at my package.json file here, we're on Tableland SDK 0002, so it's still sort of pretty early days alpha stuff. We'll be updating that, and when we do, it'll probably get a major or minor version bump, so just keep an eye out for that for everybody. I'm going to do a big release of this Tableland spec soon, and well, by big release I mean like we'll do a tweet thread or something, and I really hope that we're starting kind of very locked down, and then we're going to create a framework for people from the community who like need a specific SQL feature to sort of like propose it and the reasons why, and then as an ecosystem or as a community we can decide what new features to add to the SQL spec. If you're like a SQL master or whatever, you'll find that like honestly basic SQL select statements, like here we are, like this is the select API that we currently support, or that we're going to support moving forward, and you can do so much crazy stuff with this that like I challenge people to find features that they really need that we can't already do with this. And the really cool thing is that you're about to be able to do a bunch of like pretty crazy where, from, and join clauses on selects, so that you can do all sorts of like, okay, well, get me all the to-dos that are associated with a given like token within this other table, and you can do all sorts of cool stuff like that. And in fact, if you watched Sanders' workshop a while back, he was talking about some of this stuff, and that's how we're building up some of the NFTs that we're working on. And you know, everybody might have seen the release that we did about the rigs launch.
Rigs.
So we're using some of these things to power the way that rigs work. So that would be kind of cool if you're into that. And yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Alan? Where should we finish it off there? Any final thoughts?
So if you just had to summarize, like kind of something like what we've learned today, like what would you say? Like, what's one way to connect like a table as metadata for a game?
Yeah. I mean, I think, Alan, you're kind of making it obvious that this is going to be one of the quiz questions. So
I do what I can.
Like a little embarrassing, but yeah. I mean, the biggest one I think is like, well, here's your answer, everybody. If you you can deploy an NFT contract, and then basically have every token metadata, or sorry, every sort of token. You know, imagine an NFT is a table, right? Each row of that table is a token that someone can mint, and you link that metadata for that token to a table. And you can do that with the base URI. So you can just point it directly to like a gateway link to a row in a table. And you can actually do some pretty crazy like SQL-y stuff with those URI paths. The most simple being you just like directly link to a row in a table that has name, description, image, and properties for that token. That's the easiest way to do it. So there you go.
Perfect.
We'll have to be a little bit more subtle next time, but that's pretty good. And so, everybody, you're welcome. You're 1/4 of the way closer to winning that Developer DAO membership, which is awesome. I really hope we get a bunch of submissions and that there's a bit of competition there, because what a great resource. I'm not even a member yet, so I might just fill in an anonymous one real quick. But that's it. We're good. Live stream is done. Any parting words? Like, that was the best coding you'd seen ever, Alan, or like anything like that?
I would definitely put it in the top like 200 coding that I've
Cool.
seen.
Yeah. All right.
Probably in the top 5, but I'm being,
Just being careful. I get that.
right, exactly.
All right. Well, with that, Alan, you've got one last goodbye, and then we'll switch off and see you guys next time.
All right. Au revoir.
Wait. Actually, before we do that, Alan, are you the next live stream?
So last time I checked, I was like in early July, but I don't know if I was getting July and June mixed up.
All right.
But
Well,
I
someone
will be
is
giving
next.
a workshop.
May or may
relatively
not be
soon.
Alan.
Yeah.
See you there.